All right, everyone, get those snacks prepped because we are diving deep into Super Bowl LIX.
Yeah.
We're going to unearth some facts, some insights, and hopefully make you the most informed fan at your watch party.
Absolutely. We've gone way beyond just the headlines.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, we've got a whole stack of articles, stats, even some historical deep dives, just to give you like the real inside scoop on this thing.
So first things first, right out of the gate, we have got ourselves a rematch.
A rematch.
Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles, back at it.
Wow.
After that nail-biter in Super Bowl Hell of a Liveth in 2023.
Yeah. I mean, you don't see that very often.
No, you don't.
To get to the Super Bowl once is a feat.
Right.
To do it back to back.
Yeah.
You know, that just speaks to like a consistency and a drive that most teams can only dream of.
For sure.
You need the perfect combination of talent, strategy, and frankly, a little bit of luck.
A little luck for sure.
2 years in a row.
Right.
It's like catching lightning in a bottle twice.
Speaking of catching something, hopefully you got the memo.
Right.
That kickoff is at 6:30 p.m. Eastern at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans.
I did.
So wherever you are, adjust your snack strategy accordingly.
Yeah.
But back to the game itself.
Okay.
The Chiefs are going for a three-peat.
Oh, yeah.
3 consecutive wins.
3 in a row.
That's got to be historically tough.
It's incredibly rare. We're talking about entering a realm of like NFL dynasties.
Yeah.
Only a handful of teams have managed to pull that off.
Wow.
The pressure is immense, not just on the players, but like the coaching staff, everyone you know.
Right.
You're constantly having to adapt to new opponents.
Oh,
You're studying your every move,
Right.
like trying to crack the code.
We'll figure it out.
It's about staying one step ahead for 3 straight seasons.
Okay, so the Chiefs are facing some serious historical pressure here.
Oh, yeah.
And Vegas seems to agree with us on that. BetMGM has them favored by 112 points, which basically means, you know, for those unfamiliar with the lingo, they think the Chiefs are slightly more likely to win.
Okay.
But it's going to be close.
Yeah, it's a tight spread for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And the Eagles have proven that they're more than capable of upsetting the odds.
That's right.
Remember Super Bowl LI?
Oh, yeah.
They weren't the favorites then either.
Underdog stories always add a layer of excitement.
Oh, for sure.
Especially on a stage like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now you can't talk Super Bowl without talking halftime.
Oh, no.
This year, we've got Kendrick Lamar headlining.
I love him.
Alongside SZA.
Wow, what a pair.
Lamar already brought the house down at the Super Bowl.
He did.
Back in 2022 with that epic performance.
Oh, man.
And he's got 17 Grammys to his name.
Oh.
But we know he's going to deliver something special.
Absolutely. And pairing him with SCA is like a stroke of genius.
Yeah.
She's got a completely different vibe, you know, soulful, raw energy.
Yeah.
But it complements Lamar's complex rhythms and lyrical depth perfectly.
Yeah, they've collaborated before.
I have.
And their chemistry is undeniable.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them push each other creatively.
For sure.
And the audience will reap the rewards.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
The pre-game performances are all about Louisiana pride.
Oh, wow.
We've got John Batiste, New Orleans native Grammy winner himself, singing the national anthem.
Wow.
We're back and ready to dive even deeper into this whole Super Bowl LIX saga.
All right.
You know, we've talked about the spectacle. We talked about the stats.
The facts.
But what I'm really curious about are those human stories.
Yeah.
You know, those narratives that often go unsung?
Sure.
But really bring the heart of this whole event to life.
I totally agree with you. You can get so caught up in like the wins, the losses.
Right.
But really it's the individual journeys, the dedication, the sheer passion that makes the Super Bowl so captivating.
And this year, with a rematch on our hands, I think those human stories become even more compelling.
Absolutely.
It's not just watching a game.
Right.
It's watching the culmination of years of hard work, setbacks, triumphs converging on this one night.
It's almost like a Shakespearean drama, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
You've got the Chiefs, you know, striving to etch their names in the history books, like a legendary three-peat, and the Eagles, driven by the memory of their last Super Bowl encounter, hungry for redemption.
And you've got individual players on both sides with their own narratives.
Oh, for sure.
Think about Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah.
Leading the Chiefs while nursing a high ankle sprain. What a testament to his resilience.
And determination.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And don't forget, Jalen Hurts on the Eagle side.
Yeah.
the first quarterback to rush for over 100 yards in a Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Defying expectations and leading his team with unwavering confidence.
So inspiring.
These are the stories that capture our imagination. Yeah. They remind us of the human spirit's capacity to overcome obstacles.
Absolutely.
And achieve greatness.
And speaking of overcoming obstacles, the fact that the Super Bowl is incorporating ASL interpreters into both the pregame and halftime performances.
I love that.
Speaks volumes.
It does.
It's about recognizing the power of inclusivity.
Yeah.
Ensuring that everyone can fully experience this iconic event.
It's a powerful statement and hopefully a catalyst for change.
Yeah.
Across all major sporting events, you know?
I hope so.
Accessibility shouldn't be an afterthought.
No.
It should be woven into the very fabric of these experiences.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
But now I want to shift gears a bit and tap into your historical expertise. We've touched on the rarity of a three-peat.
Yes.
But I'd love to hear more about those few teams that actually pulled it off. What made them so special?
Well, let's start with the Miami Dolphins back in the 70s.
Okay.
72, 73, and 74. They were a force of nature, led by the legendary coach Don Shula.
Of course.
And quarterback Bob Grease. Their defense was nicknamed the no-name defense.
I've heard of that.
Because individually, the players weren't superstars, but collectively, they were an unstoppable unit.
Wow.
You know, they were all about discipline, teamwork, and just a relentless pursuit of perfection.
And then you have the Pittsburgh Steelers. In the late 70s. Achieving their three-peat in 74, 75, 78.
A completely different era, different style of play.
For sure.
The Steelers were all about power and grit.
Okay.
They had the steel curtain defense with legendary players like Joe Green and Jack Lambert.
Wow.
And their offense was led by the tough-as-nails Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they were a team that really embodied the spirit of Pittsburgh itself.
Yeah.
Hardworking, resilient, never backing down from a challenge.
Two very different teams.
Yeah.
But both achieving the same historic feat.
I know, it's amazing.
So what's the common thread here? Is there a secret formula for creating a dynasty?
I don't think it's about a formula. I think it's about a culture.
Okay.
Both the Dolphins and the Steelers fostered an environment of excellence. Where everyone was committed to a shared goal.
Yeah.
Individual egos were checked at the door.
I like that.
And there was just an unwavering belief in their ability to achieve the extraordinary.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not just about talent. It's about that collective mindset.
The dedication, the willingness to put in the work year after year.
Yeah, and that's what makes the Chiefs' current quest so compelling.
It really does.
They've got the talent, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, tons of talent.
But do they have that intangible it factor? You know, that culture of relentless pursuit that propelled those past dynasties?
That's the million-dollar question.
I think so.
And I guess we'll have our answer come Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, we will.
But let's not forget about the Eagles.
No.
They're hungry, they're talented, and they've got a chip on their shoulder after their loss to the Chiefs in Super Bowl Hilvey 7.
It's almost poetic, wouldn't you say?
Kind of.
These two teams meeting again on the biggest stage. Each carrying the weight of history and expectation on their shoulders.
Yeah.
It's not just about the game itself. It's about what this game represents.
Legacy redemption, proving to the world and themselves that they belong among the greats.
And isn't that what makes the Super Bowl so captivating?
It is.
The way it transcends the boundaries of sport. Becoming a reflection of our own aspirations.
It's like a mirror to the human spirit, you know?
Yeah.
Showcasing our vulnerabilities and our incredible potential.
And that's why, even for those who aren't diehard football fans, the Super Bowl holds a certain allure.
For sure.
It's a story that resonates with us all.
A story that reminds us that anything is possible. If we dare to dream big, push our limits, and to never, ever give up.
Beautifully said. And as we head into the final stretch of our Super Bowl LIX deep dive, I think we need to take a moment to appreciate the magnitude of this event.
We've explored the stats, the history, the human stories.
For sure.
But there's still so much more to uncover.
Yeah, the energy, the anticipation, the sheer global excitement, it's almost tangible.
I know.
And we haven't even touched on the controversial calls.
Oh, yeah.
The impact of instant replay.
Oh.
The moments that have the power to shift the course of the game.
Yeah.
And in some cases, even redefine the rules of the game itself.
Get ready for a wild ride, because that's exactly where we're headed next.
We're about to delve into the heart of Super Bowl controversy.
Hold on to your hats, folks, because things are about to get interesting.
We're back. And you know what they say about football? It's a game of inches.
Oh, yeah.
But
sometimes it feels like millimeters.
Yeah, it feels like millimeters when it comes to those controversial calls.
Absolutely, especially in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the magnifying glass truly comes out.
Because the stakes are higher, the spotlight's brighter.
Oh.
Every single call is scrutinized.
From every angle.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
For sure. And with the advent of instant replay, it's a whole new ball game.
Oh, it is.
It's added a layer of accountability, but it's also created a new set of challenges.
It has, because what seems like a clear call in real time can look completely different when you slow it down, you know?
For sure.
Break it down frame by frame.
Yeah.
And that's where the human element comes in.
Right, those referees.
Yeah, they're under so much pressure.
They're under immense pressure.
They've got to make these like split-second decisions.
Yeah.
And even with technology, it's not always a black and white answer.
So let's rewind the clock a little bit.
Okay.
And revisit some of those infamous Super Bowl calls.
Right.
That left fans both cheering and fuming.
Oh, I've got a few queued up.
Okay.
How about we start with Super Bowl XL back in 2006?
Yeah.
Seahawks versus Steelers.
Yeah.
A game that really came down to the wire.
And a holding penalty.
Yeah.
Called against Seattle late in the game.
Late in the game.
That many believe robbed them of a victory.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bang-bang play.
It was.
Opinions are still divided to this day, you know, whether it was the right call or not.
Right.
But one thing's for sure, it shifted the momentum, and the Steelers capitalized on it, securing their 5th Super Bowl win.
And then there's Super Bowl XL3 just a few years later.
Yeah.
Cardinals versus Steelers again. And this time it's a non-call that ignites the controversy.
Larry Fitzgerald seemingly interfered with in the end zone.
Right.
But no flag.
Cardinals fans were understandably heartbroken.
I mean, they were so close.
Oh, they were right there.
To their first Super Bowl victory.
And that missed call, I mean, it felt like a gut punch.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that even at the highest level, with the best officials, human error is still a factor.
Yeah, and instant replay helps.
It helps.
It's not a foolproof solution.
It's not, because even with multiple angles and slow motion, you still have interpretation. Or what one person sees as a clear penalty, another might view differently.
It's that subjective nature of the game.
Yeah.
Colliding with technology.
It is.
And that's why these debates never really die down.
No, they become part of the Super Bowl narrative.
Yeah.
Add to the drama and the legacy.
And they force us to grapple with the complexities of the game.
Yeah.
You know?
The gray areas that exist in the black and white of the rule book.
And I think that's what makes it so fascinating.
It does.
It's not just about the athleticism. It's about the human element.
Right.
The decisions. The interpretations that shape the outcome.
Absolutely. And it keeps us engaged.
Yeah.
It keeps us talking long after the final whistle.
It does. It's why we gather around water coolers, dissect those controversial calls, and debate whether history would have been different if things had gone another way.
It's all part of the Super Bowl experience.
The thrill of the unexpected, the possibility of controversy,
what ifs,
the knowledge that one call, one moment can change everything.
So as you watch Super Bowl LIX, keep an eye out for those pivotal moments.
Yeah.
Those calls that make you jump out of your seat.
Right.
Those replays that leave you pondering, you know?
Yeah.
Embrace the debate. Engage with the nuances, because that's where the real depth of the game lies.
Well, we have reached the end zone of our Super Bowl LIX deep dive.
We have.
We've tackled the history, the hype, the human stories, the controversial calls.
We went from the surface level.
We did.
To the truly insightful.
Yeah, leaving no pigskin unturned.
None whatsoever.
And hopefully we've given you a new lens through which to view this iconic event.
I hope so.
One that appreciates not just the spectacle, but the intricacies, the debates, the moments that make the Super Bowl such a cultural phenomenon.
Absolutely.
So grab your snacks.
Yes.
Gather your friends.
Yes.
And get ready for a night of football that's sure to be filled with memorable moments.
It will.
Whether it's a game-winning touchdown, a controversial call, or a halftime performance for the ages.
Enjoy the experience. Savor the energy.
Yeah.
And remember, the Super Bowl is more than just a game.
It is.
It's a story that unfolds in real time.
Right.
A tapestry woven with athleticism strategy.
Yeah.
And yes, a little bit of luck.
And who knows, maybe this year's game will create a new chapter in Super Bowl lore.
Maybe.
A moment that we'll be dissecting and debating for years to come.
I hope so.
So as always, thanks for taking this deep dive with us, and may the best team win.